So Vintage Moto, one of the funnest things about it is just getting your old machine out that you love and playing with it. But it's also a lot of fun to get really good starts and blow out of the corners and do well during vintage racing. So I thought that might be a great idea for just a quick video or to discuss how to get better starts. I got on YouTube and I looked around for videos like that, and I found a lot of technical mumbo jumbo with lots of math and gear ratios and various things, and I found it completely unuseful. I think the best thing, especially with Vintage Moto, is just a good old seat of the pants discussion on final gearing. Because when a bike's geared too tall, it refuses to start well. And so that's one of the best things we can do on vintage bikes to make them pop. Just run the bike and see how it feels. And a careful consideration of what your actual top speed needs to be. You don't need 70 or 80 miles an hour on a vintage motorbike. You just don't. What we want to do is get the absolute most benefit out of the torque that your engine has to offer. And this is especially important on 125s and 250s. Critical. By getting your final drive right, you can powerfully impact the torque that your motor has to offer. Torque's what get hole shots. Torque's what makes your bike launch out of a corner. So if you forget everything else in this video, remember this right here. Torque is the twisting force that turns your back wheel. If you get that concept right, everything else in this video will make really good sense. And we can really affect that torque by the final drive. So download one of those speedometer apps on your phone and let's do some work. Go find an empty road somewhere and do some high-speed runs, fast as your bike will go, and find out exactly what that high top speed is. As a motocross track rider, you probably don't need anything more than 55 or 60. If you're doing desert or supermoto or something on the roads, maybe you need more, but that's not what I'm talking about here. If your top speed's already where you want it, we're done. There's not much we can do here. If you have some room and you got more top speed than you need, here's the poop. So to lower gearing, we remove teeth from the front, we add them to the back. It's that simple. A single tooth change on the front sprocket does not equal a single tooth change on the rear. So in the real world, taking one tooth away on the front is roughly equivalent of adding 3 teeth to the rear. Not exactly, but very close. We built 2 XR 350s. The 2 bikes we built both had 14 tooth fronts and 42 tooth rear sprockets. I dropped those clear down to 13 tooth front and a 52 tooth rear. That may sound like drastic gearing change, and it was spot on for track work. That dropped me clear down to about 60 mile an hour top speed, but it also allowed for second gear starts with a 350. That's right where we wanted to be. All of a sudden, our 350 is getting good starts against open class 2 strokes and exiting corners like a pro. That's all in the gearing. There's a reason you don't pick a wiener dog as a long distance running companion, because that little guy is just geared wrong. When you get the final drive sorted out on your motorcycle, it'll behave a lot better and be a lot more fun to ride. Well, as usual, thanks for hanging with us.